So we're going to compare two investments, cash flow A and cash flow B. Both of them require a 15% return on your investment. So if you apply the payback criterion, which investment will you choose and why? So let's apply the payback. The payback just determines when you'll be paid back. So the first one, we've got $350,000. After 1 year, we'll make 45. So we less 45. Second year, we'll less 65,000. Third year, we still have, so we're 3 years in, and now we still have to pay back 175, which we can see we'll do that here with this within this 440. So we just want to know how far into the year it'll be. So 175 divided by that 440,000 is 0.39. So we had 3.39 or 3.4 years to pay back. We can do the same thing for cash flow B. 50,000 minus 24,000 minus 22,000, and now we can see we have 4,000 remaining after 2 years, and that'll come from this 19,500. So we can divide 19,500, and we've got 2.21 years. So if we were only to use the payback criterion, we would take cash flow B because we can pay it back sooner. Now if you apply the discounted cash back criterion, which investment would you choose? So all we have to do is do a present value of both of these right here. So to do a present value, we just need to bring all of these to today's dollars, and we'll see using today's dollars how long it would take. So 45,000, so to do that we take 45,000, we times it by using 15% rate of return, 1.15 to the power of 1, 65,000. This is just a basic present value calculation too. And same for these. And so we can go ahead and do the math. Sorry, these would be divided by, not multiplied, because it's present value. My mistake. These are all divided by. So 45,000 divided by 1.15 to the power of 1. Just going to draw a line here. So it's 39,130 point. I will just we won't worry about the pennies. 139,130. $65,000. I'm sorry, 1.15 squared, and then 65,000 divided by that number. It's 49,149. $1.15 to the power of 3. We'll take our 65,000 divided by that number. We have 42,739. And 1.15 to the power of 4. Second, 440,000 divided by that number. And this is 251,000 571. We'll continue on. We'll just do cash flow B while we're doing it. So 24,000 divided by 1.15. I'll just put a little line here. We get 20,870. 1.15 squared. 22,000 divided by 16,635. Okay. So now we've got all of these done, so we can do the exact same thing. We'll start with our $350,000 here, and we're just going to go through until it's paid back. Minus 39,130, minus 49,149, minus 42,739. So we're 3 years in. We still have 218,000 to go. We can see that that will happen in this year. So we're just going to divide that to find out how far along the year it will happen. 251,571. And it'll happen at the 0.87 mark. So it'll take 3.87 years using the discounted, so discounting to today's date, payback criterion. For cash flow B, same idea, $50,000 minus 2,870 minus 16,635, and now we can see 12. Yeah, we are going to pay it back in this year because this number's higher than this number. So we're just going to divide it to find out how far into the year it'll take us. And it's 0.97, so it's 2.97 years for cash flow B. So if we were to use the discounted payback criterion, we would choose cash flow B, because we'll get paid back almost a whole year sooner. Now we're going to determine using the NPV and then the IRR, but because we are going to enter the cash flows, these cash flows into our calculator, I am going to just do them one at a time here. So starting with cash flow A. We have 350,000 negative as our first cash flow item. Oh, that's right. I'm just going to clear my work here. Do that again. 350. Cash flow 1 is 45,000. Cash flow 2 is 65,000. 60. Oh. I guess it doesn't matter. I can either change the frequency to 2 or just enter it in as the same as 1 and 1, which is fine. Our 15% NPV. We get an NPV and we can go to IRR. We're 18.14%. So now we'll do the same thing for cash flow B. So cash flow. And NPV 15. And we get an NPV of $8,673.89. We get an IRR of 24.08%. So if we were to use the NPV method, we would take cash flow A, but internal rate of return, we would take cash flow B. Now the profitability index criterion, which would be basically how profitable discounted to today's date are both of these. So what you can do is just add these up, these two lists, 39,130 plus 40,149 plus 42,739 plus and we get $382, 589. Now the profitability is just our discounted, the sum of our discounted cash flow divided by the initial investment. So for A, this amount divided by 350,000, and we get 1.09. And for B, we'll add it all up. Divide it by 50,000, and we get 1.17. So between this one, we have a higher profitability for investment B. So based on all your answers from A through E or B through E, which projects would you finally choose and why? We would probably choose project cash flow B because it has a higher profitability index, better IRR. It's not as good of a net present value, quicker payback, both discounted and undiscounted. So we would likely choose project B.